Alright guys, welcome back. This is the video on cotangent functions. So very similar to tangent in that they have a period of pi. Only difference is this time we don't straddle 0 and put half on this side and half on this side. We start at 0 with one vertical asymptote, and then we go out to our period, put another vertical asymptote, split it in half, and that's going to be our midpoint. So let's look at example number 3. For a typical period for your cotangent, it would be pi. But for this guy, we're going to do the opposite of what it says. Instead of dividing by 3, we're going to multiply by 3. So the period for this cotangent of x over 3 is going to be 3 pi. So I always have a vertical for cotangent. I always start with a vertical asymptote at 0. The other one is out at the end of the period, which is at 3 pi. We split 3 pi in half to find our midpoint. That would be 3 pi over 2. And because it's cotangent, we start high, cross, and end low. And that's it for example number 3. Keep in mind, these things keep going on and on. You can keep giving me more periods on either side, but I'm only going to ask you to give me one period. But you might see a graph like this on like a multiple choice test, say on a PSAT or something along those lines. All right, here we go. You try. Notice this is the same graph as the one that we just did up here. Oh, just kidding. This one we divided by 3. This one says multiply by 3. For both of those, we do the opposite. So for regular cotangent, our period is pi. But for this one, our period is going to be not pi times 3, but the opposite, pi divided by 3. So when we go to graph it, we've got a we've got a vertical asymptote at 0. And then we go out to the end of our period, which is at pi over 3. That's going to be another vertical asymptote. Halfway between those two is going to be pi over 6. That's where we're going to be crossing. And typically, cotangent starts high, ends low, but because of this reflection, it's going to look more like a tangent. We're going to start low and end high. All right, here's a great time to pause the video and then come back, see if you get this one right. All right, here we go. For B, typical period would be pi, but this one says to divide by 2, we'll do the opposite. We're going to multiply our period by 2, so we get 2 pi. So we have a vertical asymptote at 0. We're going to go out to the end of our period, which will be 2 pi. There's our other vertical asymptote. Halfway in between is pi. And this is where that vertical stretch comes into play. Again, I'm not going to be too picky about it, but halfway in between these guys, you should be at whatever your vertical stretch is, which is up at 3. Halfway in between these two guys, you should be at that vertical stretch down below. I'm not too worried about it, but you might see something. I want you to understand what that means, that's a vertical stretch by 3, so it's taking your graph and it's stretching it out, making it skinnier, even though it's hard to tell it's skinny because I made this so wide. But that's it for B. I will make day 2 video coming up next. Day 2 is secant and cosecant.